Ythes hui o Mirasorth, Canal Kerno.
Welcome to this week's Cornwall Channel. Coming up in this week's show. On the 5th of December 2013, Cornwall farmers relaunched their Penzance store as Patch and Acre Country Stores as part of a £2.3 million investment by the farmer-owned cooperative to grow the business and appeal to a wider customer base. BBC Countryfile star Adam Henson was the guest of honour and cut the ribbon to officially open the rebranded shop. He also hosted a talk with local school children about the importance of farming, as well as a book signing for the public. In our Working and Living in Cornwall documentaries, we feature handcrafted design. Handcrafted in his studios in Cornwall, the range of contemporary lighting and furniture Tom Raffield now creates is based on beauty, integrity, and a desire to create unique, high-specification products that will be cherished by their owners. Our friends at Piran Films brings us coverage of the Truro School Jazz Orchestra under the conducting baton of Simon Latache. Andrew Eyre and myself gave our first Cornwall Channel TV workshop to 8 school students at St Austell Library last week, and tonight we feature their effort in producing local TV. Remember, all you see in this has been shot and directed by them. Our featured music video this week is My Oh My from the Freedom Guilt Equations album, Breathe. Source FM is a community radio station for Cornwall based in Falmouth and Penryn, which aims to provide a unique social gains media platform for a local Cornish audience by airing as wide a range of music and voices as possible, from the very young to the not so young and everything in between. This film was shot by Mark Jenkin inside the Source FM studios during the winter of 2010-2011. The camera never leaves the studio, and yet what develops is a telling portrait of a community through the presenters on its radio station. Something a little different then, as Steve Heller has got in touch with us on Facebook, and he has produced his first comedy cartoon called Fly Cornwall, about 3 flies in a pasty shop. This is the first and hopefully a series from him. I Love Cornwall Because is the latest video from our friends at Visit Cornwall. Why do you love Cornwall? Why not let us know by using the hashtag #LoveCornwall. To finish the programme is the second in the series from Disability Cornwall with their video Negative Things About Living in Cornwall. As always, we love to hear from you and know that you are watching. You can do so by visiting our website cornwallchannel.co.uk or like and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Enjoy the show.
Hello, my name's Simon Birch. I'm the Chief Executive of Cornwall Farmers. Well, we've opened our new store, Patch and Acre at Penzance, and it's been a very exciting day. We've had fabulous people in through the door, Adam Henson opening the store, standing behind us signing books, and really a wonderful experience for Cornwall Farmers. We're investing £2.3 million in Patch and Acre. This is the first stage of it. The $2.3 million is going in 3 areas: store refits, investment in our infrastructure, in our IT systems, and it's also going in the most important investment in our people.
I think the investment from Cornwall Farmers is absolutely fantastic. It really shows that they believe in the future of farming and that they're prepared to invest in the rural community. The Patch and Acre store is just remarkable. It looks fantastic, it's been bustling with customers, and it's a great pleasure to see something looking so professional and so smart and well run. I'm delighted to be here.
Farming has really taken a step forward. It's become much more smart, much more professional, much more innovative. It's always going to be hard work, but it's really taking agriculture and food production to the next boundary. And the British farmer does it better than anybody else in the world and produces some fantastic food. And that's something we should be really proud about and something we really need to shout about.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready?
I'm really looking forward to meeting the school children later. We're going to be looking at all the different animals. We've got some pigs and some ducks and some geese and some donkeys, talking about farm animals, talking about life in the countryside and about food. What is this called? Shout out. No, it's not hay, it's draw. Very good.
We ran a local competition with the local school at Ludgvan, and the idea there was to get them to design a garden for their school, which we as a store are going to support and plant and lay out for them.
And a round of applause for Lucas.
Oh, well done, Lucas. Congratulations. Well done. It's great that the general public, kids, adults and the senior generation are all wanting to be completely reconnected with food and farming and the countryside. And so to meet the kids is where it all begins. Okay, stand very still. Very still. He sits on people's shoulders, this one. Oh, there you go. Ready? Whoa, there we go. Look at that. So ducks live in water. So what do they have that helps them live in water? Webbed feet. Yep, very good. Forelock. This is the forelock. And this is the mane. And this is a little saddleback pig. Pigs often squeal when you pick them up. There she comes! Oh dear, that's a bit scary. They're absolutely brilliant. Really lovely kids. Very clever. You can tell when children have been brought up in the countryside because of their knowledge of farms and what goes on. Which there's no reason why kids that grow up in towns and cities should know that. But it's really great that if that information can be got across and people can learn again where their food comes from and how animals are reared.
The change for the agricultural customer is very positive. They're still right at the heart of our business. They're very much where our value set comes from. So they're going to see an enhancement in service, an increased product range. So for instance, this store has a direct farm sales desk. It has a direct dedicated agricultural team. So for the farmer, he'll see an improved product availability. He's also going to see a much faster service. For me, the key message here, Cornwall Farmers has gone from being back of the field to leader of the pack. We are definitely leading this marketplace, and we're going to be moving forward with a very positive message.
I really feel that farming is on the crest of a wave. You know, we can produce food and we provide an amenity, a playground for the public to enjoy. And if I was coming out of college now, I think the next 20 or 30 years in farming are going to be fantastic. But this around me is a sure sign of what people believe the future of farming has to offer, and that's got to be exciting.
Hello, I'm Theo Pafitis, and you are watching the Cornwall channel.
It's not for us just about making a really beautiful product, but it's also about understanding where that product's come from, about understanding the process that made that product, the trees that created the wood to make that product. The things that we produce can't be mass produced. It should go without saying that it's made really well. It doesn't really matter how many of the lights or how many pieces of furniture that we're making, we always make that product in the same way, and we put the same amount of care and attention into each individual product. It's made by a craftsperson, by one of us at our workshop. It's not been made on a large production line. We want to make sure that it's as good as it possibly can be, so it's going to last a lifetime. It's a very low-tech process. There's no really expensive machinery or sophisticated equipment being used. It's all so basic, but the thing which makes it special is our belief in doing things in a new way and using the tools in a new way, and the outcome is something that's completely unique. This business is so intertwined with the woodland and the timber that we can get from it. If we're designing and we're making lots of products for people to enjoy, I want to make sure that there hasn't been lots of trees that have been chopped down and not replanted, that everything from the process to the wood that we source to the way that we make the product is sustainable, and it has as little impact as possible on the environment. It's really important for us to look after our woodland and most of all to enjoy the woodland. It's such a beautiful place to live and work and to be in. There's so much that it can offer. It's not just creating the timber to make the products that we use for our business. This place becomes really special when you can share it with the people that you work with, but also your friends and your family. My name is Tom Raffield and I design and handcraft steam bent furniture and lighting.
Jazz is just so exciting. It's a great music to be involved in. It's different every time. You can be playing the same gig 5 or 6 nights a week, and actually every night it will sound different. Everybody creates their own styles, they work together. You've only got to look around this band to see young people working together, listening to each other, reacting to the way they perform. And that's the great thing about any art form, whether it's a painting, whether it's a play, or whether it's creating music. And the freedom that you're given in jazz to actually produce your own things is exciting. Risky, but exciting, and they love it. And these guys don't get to be as good as this without putting in the work and the effort before they do it. So they've all been practicing a lot, and you can only watch them play, you'll know that they're enjoying it and having a good time. And if they're having a good time, the audience is having a good time. Tonight's programme is going to be the main jazz event of the year. We are playing tunes from the 1930s right up to the present day. There's a lot of talent on display tonight. A lot of the band are actually good in a number of different styles of music. We've got about half a dozen students who are grade 8 distinction classical music, so they know their chops and they can play. And so it's not easy, you know, you don't just turn up and play. It's not something that you just do because you don't want to be bothered to learn. They have to work at it. We've got some very good musicians on show tonight.
located just 1 mile from Cornwall's famous Eden project, and set in 5 acres of its own private, quiet grounds. Boscundle Manor is a family-run boutique-style hotel, set in a wonderful oasis in which to relax and unwind. Recently rated the most romantic hotel in Cornwall on TripAdvisor, Boscundle Manor is the ideal base to enjoy the sights and sounds of our beautiful county. Our first cruise departs 22nd of April for 10 days cruising south to the sun, calling at Vigo, Cadiz, Gibraltar and Oporto from £899 per person. On the 1st of May, there's an 11-day cruise to the beautiful Norwegian fjords. Prices start at £949 per person. Or for some summer sun, we have a 13-day cruise departing on the 11th of August, calling at Madeira and the Canary Islands from £999 per person. We also have a Gardens and History cruise departing Falmouth 23rd of August, visiting northern Spain, France and St Mary's from £890 per person. Call 0800 652 3452 now, or call into any Newell's travel branch for more details.
Looking for a home maintenance company you can trust? Ocean now provides a whole range of expert maintenance services, from heating, electrics and plumbing to refurbishment and roofing. And thanks to our 24-hour emergency call-out service, you're always covered. Ocean, we do more than you think. To find out more, call Centaur Store 874488 today or visit www.morethanyoutthink.co.uk.
The Best Western Restormal Lodge Hotel, Lostwithiel, Cornwall, is an AA 3-star hotel with 36 rooms. Being only 10 minutes from the Eden project, our contemporary hotel in Lostwithiel offers free Wi-Fi, an outdoor heated pool and free parking. With an on-site restaurant and bar, we have all you need for a relaxing break. All of our bright, airy rooms are an ensuite with flat-screen TVs, hairdryers and tea, coffee making facilities. Our conservatory restaurants have seasonal menus offering Cornish produce, while the lounge bar provides local ales and a well-stocked wine cellar. For your next visit to Cornwall, please check out our availability online or call us on 01208 872 223.
BK Coatings was established in 1990 and specialise in all types of decorating and industrial coatings. We're located in Centaur Store but cover the whole of Cornwall and West Devon. We can provide quotation for a single room to complete internal and external, commercial and domestic, using our fully trained team. We are also experts in industrial coatings to include shot blasting, steelwork painting, roof linings and concrete repairs. Contact us now for your free, no obligation quote.
Well, welcome to St Austell Library. I'm here with the TV stars and crew of tomorrow. Hello.
Hello.
And this is what we've got up to today here at the TV workshop in St Austell Library.
Lights, camera, action!
Hi, I'm Abby and I'm from Hertfordshire.
Hi, I'm Alice and I'm from St Austell.
Hi, I'm Ben and I'm from Stenalees.
Hi, I'm Alice and I'm from St Austell.
I'm Ben and I'm from St Austell.
I'm Blake and I'm from St Beasley.
Hi, I'm Abby and I'm from St Blaisey.
Hi, I'm Izzy and I'm from St Austell.
Here we are in St Austell Library, here with the Cornwall Channel to do a workshop. We're going to show you around the library. Libraries aren't all about books, they also have DVDs, newspapers and CDs. I'm here in the library, in the children's sections. Over there is the adult sections, and here is where people learn how to use computers. This is probably my favourite part in the area. It's got loads of DVDs and games and stuff. Here's the type of machines they use at St Austell Library. You put your book in, borrow items, and you're done. Of course the library has a fantastic help desk here. We can help with anything you need. Excuse me, could you help me with some more information on this book? Of course. Can you help me where to get this book, please? I want another one like this. Yeah, sure. Over here. There are 10 computers here at St Austell Library in which you can all use the internet on. You can find St Austell Library on Facebook by simply searching St Austell Library.
As we're in the library, I thought we'd talk about literature, so I'm here with Alice to find out more. So Alice, who is your favourite author?
I've got to say Michael Morpurgo because I like how he uses his imagination of war in local attractions.
So what's your favourite book by Michael Morpurgo?
I've got to say Warhorse because I like how he uses his side of war and how he uses it from a different perspective.
From the sound of things, you like history. What is your favourite era?
Modern world history because I like how most things in Cornwall you can look back and see what happened.
Have you ever met any authors?
I've met Michael Morpurgo before, last year at Foy Regatta.
Tell me more about this experience.
He was showing about one of his new books, which I can't remember what it's called, and after I met him and got an autograph.
What's your favourite mode of listening to stories? Or reading stories? Would you rather listen to audiobooks, have your parents read to you, or do you read independently?
I like to read independently, but I do like to have an audiobook with me.
Paper or Kindle?
Trick question. Paper.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
So then, Alice, do you come to the library much?
Sometimes.
What do you do at the library when you're here?
I look at CDs and the games, and I sometimes look at the children's books.
Do you enjoy coming to the library?
Yeah.
Why?
Just like looking at the books, but I'm not a very good reader, so...
Right. Have you done anything with the library recently?
I've done like lots of summer challenges, like the creepy house since year 3.
Right, have you enjoyed those challenges and what have they helped you with?
Yeah, I've enjoyed them and they've helped me with my reading.
So Izzy, I know you like coming to the library. Well, what do you actually come here for?
I like to read quite often, so I come here for books mainly.
But do you go to the DVDs?
Not really, no.
That's interesting, I guess. Do you use the computers?
No, because we have a laptop at home.
What's your favourite author?
Jacqueline Wilson.
Why?
Because I think it's the way and the style she writes in.
What type of style does she write in?
It just appeals to younger children and girls. So I wouldn't say so much boys, but to girls it's quite.
Do you have fun in the library most often?
Yes.
You are watching
the
Cornwall
Channel on
Sky 212.
We're back on TV. So here we are.
Back
So
in my little
guys,
space.
let's start with you. What did you think of the whole day here today?
It was really good.
What was your favourite part?
When we did when we said about stuff about the library.
Yep, excellent. And what about yourself?
I really enjoyed today, especially the parts when you got to experiment with different things on the cameras.
Yep. Was that your favourite part, the cameras?
Yeah.
Or yep. Okay. What about you?
I had a fantastic day today. I really liked using the cameras.
Yep.
I learned how to use a proper camera and
Yeah.
how to use different effects.
And what about you, Ben?
I really enjoyed it today. I learnt loads.
Your interviewing technique's fantastic.
Better than ours.
Thank you.
Yes, too smooth to move. Ben, what do
I
you
really
think?
enjoyed getting different angles with the cameras.
Yeah? What was your favourite bit of it?
I really enjoyed learning how to use the cameras properly.
Excellent. And yourself?
It was amazing all day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, would you do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So, this is the bit where we sign off to the viewers. Perhaps we just thank them for watching, I guess. On the count of 3.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you for
watching.
Wow, what a day! Oh, fantastic day. It's so nice to see some children who are so enthusiastic and so forward-thinking and wanting to learn about the media industry. I'm worried for my job now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm worried about my own, to be honest. I'm not going to lie to you. We'd like to say a massive thank you to the guys here at St Austell Library.
Fantastic.
Don't we?
Really
Absolutely
good.
fantastic.
So helpful.
What a great idea. So if you guys watching this think, yeah, we'd like to get our kids on the TV workshop, get in touch with us. Would you put your kids on the TV workshop?
Definitely, definitely. I mean, it's not just in front of the camera. You learn what to do behind the camera. You can be director, you can be sound, lighting.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, thank you very much to everyone who's watched, and yeah, we'll see you soon.
You've been watching the Cornwall channel.
Tie me down before I bleed out. Cauterize with cold right to my mouth. The state I'm in, tangle of limbs. You can rearrange them and make them make sense again. My, oh my, it's taken some time. Don't have the right. You know just where I've been. If you'd have me back again, would you take me and break me, but lend me your light? Walking return. Your back is what I deserve, but you're not returning. My heart is burning, I'm on fire. I'm with arms open wide. You hide my guilty face with your smile. It's a father's embrace, a token of grace, and I'm revived. My, oh my, it's taken some time. My, oh my, I don't have the right. You know just where I take me and break me, but lend me your light again. You take me and break me, but lend me your light again.
Good morning, Cornwall. Good morning, Falmouth and Henry.
9 after 3 on the Source 96.1 FM on a drizzly Thursday afternoon. Welcome along.
Lovely to speak to you today. How are you all? You had a good week?
You're listening to Rainbow Source, the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender show for Cornwall.
I'm Annabelle Jones.
And I'm Sam Bradbury.
I'm Super Gran, and you are listening to the Source FM.
What have we got coming up today? Not a lot. I decided to abandon it all because I feel a bit poorly.
And it's a bit cold and wet out there, isn't it? And snow, which is kind of the theme of today. Obviously, I'm Stu, and I'm in the studio with Brett, the guide dog.
Greetings, one love, welcome to Collective Source.
Good evening, Barry Gribble with you, fighting my way through rain and puddles and all sorts of things to get here. Something I don't do very often, the Beatles.
I'm going to be completely honest, I don't really like the Beatles.
Shut
up. Even though most of the music I listen to is probably influenced by them. I just don't really see eye to eye with them. It's weird, I've got a strange taste in music.
Yeah,
I should probably stop talking.
No, you told me that you
I probably shouldn't even be on the radio.
No.
Peggy Sue, I hope you enjoyed that, everybody. To start the show off, we had the 1950s. That shows my mum and dad's age for you, because they're both half a century and 2 years old. 52. And think about it, next year, it'll be the diamond wedding anniversary of Queen Elizabeth II and her husband, what's his name?
You know, many years ago, I met Prince Philip. I went to Buckingham Palace to get a little award for something I did at the time. And I really didn't want to go, but I went up there to meet Prince Philip. And he said to me, you've come a long way for this award. I said, yes, I have. I said, I've come from Cornwall. Have you heard of it? And he said, yes. And what are things like down there? I said, as though you would ever know. As though you would ever know. And the Royal Equerry looked at me, and I'm sure if looks could kill, I would have dropped on the spot. But that's just the way I am, folks.
Jack. Yeah, one love, you're listening to Collective Source. Yeah, apologies for any swearing in that record. I didn't even notice, really, to tell you the truth. I usually try and pick them out. So that it's so limiting not being able to play your songs because they've got swear words in it. There must be a way around that. It's just odd that you can't have swear words, but you can say nigger as much as you like. Maybe that's a generational thing. I don't know. It's just maybe I need to marinate on that for a minute.
We're not fans, are we? No.
I don't. It's that negative connotation for me, and it's also similar to the whole reappropriation, if you want, of the N-word for sort of black people.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm comfortable with it.
No. And to me, actually, kind of queer has this whole kind of slightly middle-class edge to it as well. We're queer, darling.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that whole we're here, we're queer, we're going shopping. I'll let them go. Walk out the door. And with that, let's play Alicia
Dixon?
No, not Keys. Bridges, I Love the Nightlife.
Sean.
If you want to know the best of the local papers this week, I think that the Packet has got it.
Man says he was forced to eat his own beard in lawnmower spat.
A researcher studied the records of more than 58,000 married couples dating from 1991. And for some, the so-called widowhood effect seemed to occur very quickly, with 40 people dying within 10 days of their loved one, which is really sad. At least 12 died on the very same day. Researchers concluded that people are more likely to die within 6 months of their partner partner, but the widowhood effect could last for as long as 10 years.
Council tax bills for our region have been frozen this year. I wonder if it's because I had a go at about the extortionate way of salaries. Some of them, not councillors actually, it's people who work for the council. Executive, chief executive, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Anyway, he's on about 200,000 a year. I'm sure he does a lot for it. I'm sure, the hands held high. I mean, I'm sure he he's got a way of justifying it, and he's got his needs and his expenses, etc., etc. Does seem like a lot of money, though, doesn't it, for down here?
Started in May 2009 by a lady called Victoria. It used to be in Babahawks, which is up the do you know Well Lane car park? They meet every Thursday at the townhouse in Falmouth, and last time they did this meeting there were 27 languages spoken for the whole evening. Isn't that amazing? I'm surprised no one's heard about this. It's on a website or anything, so I had to let you know, all our lovely foreign people that live here, because we love immigrants and whatnot in this country as far as I'm concerned. So anyone living here, they had Chinese there, they had Polish there, French, Spanish, Italian. I think there was even some Cornish people in there speaking their native tongue.
Another phrase that I think is going to become far more popular, and one I plan to get on a t-shirt now, is a phrase called nagov. Nagov. This means I won't. That's spelled N-A-G and then O-V. I hope that's the correct spelling. And it means I won't. So next time some Westminster politician who's on God knows how much a week and who owns more cars than people own furniture tells you to get on your bus, reply to him, nag off, boy, nag off.
They had to do that at the end, really, didn't they? Delta Spirit and a track entitled 9/11. That's American for the 11th of September because they put things the wrong way around. Anyway, as we all know, JLS have released a single called Love You More for the children in need. Yeah, of course, I'm not going to play JLS, am I?
And we go here, 3:45 on a Thursday afternoon, a bit chilly outside, and it's going to fall down to about 8 degrees, I think, overnight.
The thing's to wrap up warm, basically. Would that be your advice? And to check on your neighbours?
Wrap up warm?
Yeah.
Wrap up warm? -20? You want to be wrapping up to your sweating hot.
Right, thank you, Patricia. It's been very
Right,
informative.
no problem.
And
Ring me any time. I'll give you an update on the weather any time. It's that efficient.
okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. There we go, Met Office there. That's from the horse's mouth.
After a heavy night of drinking, I woke up with that sinking feeling, thinking about my life in poetry. Hungover and feeling sick, what I pondered was precisely this. What is worse, a rhyming couplet or free verse?
That's pretty good, isn't it? And that's one of the joys about actually doing this programme. So if you fancy doing a slot on the Source, one thing it's going to give you is a new insight into music, and you will start listening to all sorts of different things you've never heard of before.
I'm going to give you a quick burst of one of my favourite songs of all time. I have never heard this cover at all. It's completely new to me, but it's a version of Under the Bridge from Santana's Guitar Heaven album.
Enjoyed his music, and very interesting guy. But then a lot of musicians are, they sort of they don't get into that whole work buzz thing, and they sort of seem to be people. Aristotle sort of made that announcement 2000 BC, sort of said that work makes you lose your humanity.
I must say, when I lived in Spain, the place was absolutely full of people like that. And what did they think was going to happen? Here they are, they're incredibly vigorous, and they've managed to retire early. Of course they're going to get bored, but I think it's a brilliant idea to actually have a system whereby people can volunteer to do stuff that suits them.
This is Jenny Scolding on The Source, 96.1 FM. Join me to see what washes up next Friday between 5 and 6 p.m. on Flotsam and Jetsam. And I'm going to leave you with Kate Bush's Nocturne. The stars are caught in our hair, the stars are caught in our fingers. It's all romantic stuff.
Well, I'm about to say goodbye.
Okay, till next week. If I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window.
Take care, God bless, and have a good rest of the week and a good weekend and a good start to next week.
And thank you for all the input I've had from Charles and Stephanie and Dan and Pete.
Busnes y Saithon, Cymmerweith, all yn Gwala.
I've got one more to play, and then I will let the boys switch it off.
So this is Lenny by Good Books, and then probably No and the Whale after that.
Okay, see you later.
Cheers.
We are going to get taken off the air.
I will see you next week. Speak from the heart.
Why is it going really quiet? What's going really quiet?
Go Jute is a company with Cornish roots but with a global reach with offices in Holland, USA, Australia and India. Specialising in premium quality jute and cotton bags for the individual customer and the corporate blue chip companies. Following the success of Go Jute, our sister company southwesternlywindbreaks.com is the first company in the world to offer an organic cotton windbreak printed with your corporate imagery as well as a stock range of designer windbreaks. Go Jute prides itself on its friendly and innovative approach. To view our full range of products with the in-house screen printing and embroidery, as well as other promotional products, please visit us online at gojute.co.uk.
Church End Veterinary Centre has been providing care for pets, horses and farm animals in St Austell and the surrounding area for over 100 years. We are now a 15-strong team of veterinary surgeons, nurses and support staff committed to providing the best possible care for your animals, including a 24-hour emergency service using vets from our practice. Please visit us online, churchendvets.co.uk, or call St Austell 72095. Mortgage Works is an experienced residential mortgage broker specialising in all types of residential mortgage arrangements and offers a comprehensive range of products and services to our clients. If you're looking for the most suitable deal on residential or commercial mortgages, you've come to the right people. Our job is to give you the information you need to make informed choices about the products that fit your requirements and help you arrange the finance you need. Hop in and see us in St Austell or contact us today for a no-obligation discussion.
Kingsley Village, so easy to get to with plenty of free parking. Come and browse all we have to offer under one roof. Why not feast your eyes over our delicious array of Cornish produce from our extensive food hall through to our cafe and Cornish crafts. Come and see why Kingsley Village is Cornwall's #1 choice for a Sunday carvery, served from 11:30 a.m. You will not be able to resist our mouth-watering selection of meats and vegetables. Kingsley Village at Fradden, the unique shopping venue in the centre of Cornwall. Just imagine stepping into your very own warm, bubbling oasis after a long day to soothe away those aches, pains and stresses of everyday life. Cornish Hot Tubs have over 100 spas to choose from and have an experienced sales and service team to make your dream a reality. Let Cornish Hot Tubs help you relax, unwind and enjoy life with a little luxury in your back garden.
So anyway, old matey left the bloody door wide open.
Yeah?
Me and Mark, we flew straight in there, we did. It was bloody handsome. Fresh, hot and steamy like you wouldn't believe.
Aye.
I started tucking in. When I looked around at Mark, he was lying on the bloody floor, half dead, choking. I said, what the hell's wrong with you? I thought you liked fresh poop. He said, I do, but I'm allergic to peanuts.
Never.
Who the hell's that?
Think it's a holiday maker.
Holiday maker? You mean Emmett.
Hello there.
I'm on holiday and I've got myself into a bit of a pickle. I've been flying around your light for the last hour and I can't find the exit of this room anywhere. Can you please point me in the right direction?
Yeah, well, your problem is, mate, you're at the wrong light. If you turn round, go to the next light on the other side of the room, the exit is just behind that light.
Oh, why, thank you very much.
Oh, no problem, mate. Ha 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 ha! Bloody Emmets.
I love Cornwall because it's an awe-inspiring place to visit and explore.
I love Cornwall because the people are so friendly and the countryside is so beautiful.
I love Cornwall because of the amazing scenery and fantastic beaches.
There's plenty of open green fields and a wonderful coastline.
I love Cornwall because of the stunning cliffs.
It's just these amazing turquoisey blue waters, sandy beaches.
I love Cornwall because of the fantastic tasty food.
Love Cornwall, love pasties.
I love Cornwall because of the amazing countryside.
I love walking on the moors when there's nobody around.
The scenery in Cornwall is picturesque no matter whether it's sunny or torrential rain.
I love Cornwall because of the magnificent wildlife.
I love Cornwall because it's got places to explore.
I love Cornwall because it's just absolutely stunning. There's so many fantastic things to go and do.
My idea of a great pleasure is to have a holiday in Cornwall.
I love Cornwall because why would you want to go anywhere else?
The two main negative things that people spoke about when they talked about living in Cornwall as a disabled person were the public transport system and the inaccessible built environment. Negative things about living in Cornwall.
Do you go out very much into Cornwall? Outside the Cheshire?
Rarely.
Rarely. And what's it like out there as a disabled person?
Inconvenient.
That's a great word. Inconvenient.
The payments always awkward because they're like a ramp.
It was worse in the 1980s and 90s than it is now. I think places and businesses are getting better, but there's still a very long way to go.
Most of the buses down this far aren't accessible. Not in East Cornwall, they're not.
No. Do they have steps to get into the bus?
Yeah.
Is that a barrier for you to get in?
It's a barrier. And it always will be. And I think bus companies should be made aware of that there are going to be more disabled people living on this earth. They have to adapt because things have to change.
Do you find it much easier to get on the train?
Yes, yeah. They cater for you better. They cater for you better than they would on buses, I think.
There's not much in Cornwall. I can't understand why people want to come to Cornwall to live. I can't understand why people want to come here. There's got worse.
What do you mean it's got worse?
Places are closing down. Shops are closing.
In the town centres, you mean?
Yeah. And I've been in Cornwall for 49 years and it's changed a lot.
So do you notice if any changes in relation to disability or in disability provision?
I think it got worse. It's got really bad because it's like they don't want to change it. It's got cobbled streets and it's hard to get a chair up down there.
We focused a lot in this interview around the physical built environment, and one of the things I'm particularly interested in at the moment is ideas around disability and isolation or disability and loneliness. And Cornwall has a very dispersed population without many big urban centres. So there must be situations where disabled people find themselves particularly isolated or particularly separated from other groups of people. And for many disabled people who can't then access public transport or can't then particularly get out to go shopping or meet people locally. And do you come across that kind of
yeah, and very much so in the elderly sort of population that those who cannot get out, and people who increasingly so in my experience, people who perhaps don't have any family around either because they've moved to Cornwall or they've always lived in Cornwall but their family are now somewhere else up country or even overseas, and so they're very isolated because even if they could get out, when they come back they've got no family around them, so they're very sort of reliant on people around them, and that can be very hard when Cornwall has a changing population, in a place like Wadebridge and other towns where gone are the days when you knew your next door neighbour could be a holiday let, and so if you're an elderly person who's disabled and the house next to you is a holiday let, you don't have a regular neighbour who you can depend upon because they're changing every week. And so what do you do as an isolated disabled person in that environment? It's very hard to feel any sense of belonging.
What's your observations about Cornwall in general as a disabled person?
Well, if you're one of the lucky people, it's adequate, and if you're not, it's restrictive.
So that's interesting. You say one of the lucky people. What do you mean by that?
Well, a lot of people have been used to choosing the preferred power chair, but others do not have that ability available to them.
In your mind, then, lucky people are people who manage to get pieces of modern equipment like wheelchairs, electric wheelchairs.
Yes.
And I guess live in places like this, which are adapted and accessible. What's your least favourite thing about Cornwall?
It's a bit in its own world. It has a different attitude.
What do you think about the attitude in Cornwall?
It's basically in its own world.
Just our geographical location, we're furthest away from anything else, which I guess it has its advantages, but also when you want to connect with people outside of the county, it does bring home to you the reality of where we are in relation to everyone else. I know it's happening everywhere, but I think it's happening worse in Cornwall. All the benefit changes, all the council cutbacks. We're always last to know what is happening down here, and I think when it comes from the economic point of view, I think we're all worst hit down in Cornwall than we perhaps I would be if I was somewhere else in England.
It's changing too much. I can't talk, but people are coming down from our country and changing it and trying to make it into something different.
You use a walker now to get around, so how does that impact on your daily life in terms of getting into and out of places and on and off things?
It's very hard.
Okay.
And I don't use public transport, obviously.
No public
because
transport?
Even if I could get on the bus, I'd have to get to the bus stop, and then when I got off the bus, I'd have to walk to wherever I was going. So the amount of energy in those actions as well is not feasible. So I just drive, really.
Mm. When we spoke earlier, you were talking about getting from the east of the county to the west of the county on public transport, and how difficult that was.
I can't do it. To come here today, I've had to go and stay at Slides for 3 or 4 days because I can't drive that far anymore. Because I'm not working anymore, I don't get access to work support, so I can't pay for a driver. So actually, when you stop work, you really are it's a bit of a difficult dilemma because you don't get that automatic support to get around.
Participants: Richard Mark Osborne, Pete Ski, Ian MacArthur, Lorna Richards, Reverend Don Whitting and Dr Claire Tregaskis. Interviewers: Dr Theo Blackmore and Dean Inwood. Transcriber: JHTS Transcription Services. Subtitles: Azook Community Interest Company. Disability Cornwall and Isles of Scilly. Empower, Assist, Facilitate. Supported by the National Lottery through the Heritage Lottery Fund. All interviews recorded in 2013. For more information about the project, please email theo@disabilitycornwall.org.uk.
Thank you for watching this week's Cornwall Channel. We would love to hear from you, your thoughts and ideas for future Cornish programmes. This dedicated weekly channel for Cornwall on Sky and Freesat aims to deliver information and local programmes. If you have any news you think we should cover, then please get in touch using our website at cornwallchannel.co.uk or via our Facebook and Twitter pages. See you next week.